Still, the tradition of a hero with a younger or everyman acolyte stretches back to ancient times, antiquity. Obstinate, stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion or course of action, um, despite attempts to make one do so, persuade one to do so. A what is a puzzle that uses pictures and symbols to represent the sounds of words. A rebus. Laity. The laity, in the religious sense, are the body of religious worshippers. In the everyday sense, the laity are the group of outsiders with regard to a profession. So, for example, to the medical profession, um, you could say two doctors talking might might talk about the medical ignorance of the laity, which are the people outside, the laymen. Those views contribute to a sense of what Muslims feel from the rest of British society, no longer being on friendly terms. Estrangement. Estrangement means becoming strangers to each other. A picture of an eye, a heart, and a finger pointing out of the page is an example of a rebus. His angry speech was what to a declaration of war, equivalent in significance. His angry speech was tantamount to a declaration of war. A semblance of something is an outward appearance that is deliberately misleading. For example, stuffing your clothes under the rug, it gives or under your bed gives a semblance that you've tidied up, but it's just an outward appearance that you've tidied up. That is deliberately misleading. They charge a watt fee for this service, very small, far below the real value or cost. They charge a nominal fee for this service. And what is a descriptive nickname, such as Ivan the Terrible or Fat Tony? It can also be an offensive word, as in a racial what, a what, descriptive nickname, an epithet. Vigil. A vigil is a period of remaining awake where one would usually sleep, although it's a group of people, and this is most often to pray or to keep watch. That's a vigil. So you can hold vigil or keep vigil. Ecclesiastical. Anything ecclesiastical is related to the church or clergy, or just related to the church. Ecclesiastical. What does it mean to self-deprecate? Well, to deprecate is to express disapproval of something. So if you self-deprecate, you express disapproval of yourself or something you've done, i.e. you belittle yourself. What does it mean to lament something? If you lament something, it means you express sorrow, grief, or regret about that thing. I have to check what my definition says. Let's see. To feel, show, or express sorrow or regret. To feel, show, or express grief, sorrow, or regret. Regret is the main one. Estrangement. Estrangement is the state of no longer being on friendly terms or moving away from being on friendly terms. So if you're becoming estranged from someone, it means you're becoming strangers. You're you're pulling apart, no longer being on friendly terms. To deprecate is to express disapproval in something. Of something, I should say. Nominal of a role or status. A nominal role is a role that exists in name only. For example, if one country is being occupied by another, but the former country still calls itself independent, then that's just nominal independence. Celebrity gossip and reality TV are usually pretty what, even if they're fun, devoid of substance. Reality TV is usually pretty vacuous, with one new. Hitherto is used to describe something up until now. What does it mean to consummate a marriage? To consummate a marriage means to fulfill it sexually. So to consummate means to complete, to make perfect, to put in, to add the last piece of the puzzle. So you, old-fashioned now, but before, I guess, fulfilling the marriage, fulfilling the relationship sexually would be the final thing to complete the marriage. A what of something is an outward appearance of that thing, which is deliberately misleading, a semblance. Something or someone that is what bends and moves with ease. Something or someone that is supple, supple. Etymology of epitaph. Epitaph comes from the ancient Greek epi, which means unto or near. For example, epicenter, as in epicenter. So epi is upon, and taphos, is the ancient Greek for tomb. So something on the tomb, and an epitaph is an inscription on a tomb. To belie is to show to be false or contradict. So if someone appears to be speaking from a position of power or confidence, but their hands are trembling, then their trembling hands belie their words or their speech. Belie, what is the second definition of belie? Oh yes, the second definition is to misrepresent the facts. So if a newspaper misrepresents the facts, you could say they belied the facts. Something that is superfluous is more than necessary, excessive, more than what is needed. Use an intransitive verb in a sentence. An intransitive verb is a verb that does not require an object. So let me think of an example. I think an example is I ran, as in I did some exercise, or I ran. So the subject is me, I, but there's no object. It's not in the other sense, like I ran the bath, because there the bath is the object. What is a transitive verb? A transitive verb is one that requires a subject and at least one object. Both a subject and at least one object. The origin of laconic. Laconic comes from it's sort of an anecdotal definition. It comes from the place Laconia, in Greece, of which Sparta is the administrative capital. And of course, the Spartans were known for their terse, concise speech, um, and laconic speech or writing is that which expresses complex thoughts or ideas in very few words. So Laconia, Greece, where the Spartans were from. So that's where laconic comes from. What means the state of being beyond the limits, rising above to a superior state? Transcendental? Oh, transcendence. Use a transitive verb in a sentence. I saw the other one. My dog ate my homework, where the homework is the object. So I'm gonna say I drank some water. So I am the subject and the water is the object. The transitive verb is drank. I will give you a cupcake. What means ordinary writing as distinguished from verse? That is prose. Arcane. Something arcane requires special or mysterious knowledge. So some arcane, I don't know, some arcane philosophy, I don't know. I'll see the example here, but a synonym is esoteric. Arcane. I need to have a card asking the difference arcane and archaic because I think I'm quite likely to confuse those. What describes a style of speaking or writing that expresses complex thoughts or ideas in very few words? Laconic. Seminal. Something that is seminal is so original, innovative, or groundbreaking that it plants the seed for future growth or creative growth. Seminal comes from seed or semen, so it sort of plants the seed or for future growth. So I think you often hear the word when people talking about psychologists or philosophers or um, academics. They do their seminal work or that one thing that just plants the seed. It might inspire a whole branch of study in their field. The administrative capital of what is Sparta? Laconia in Greece. What is an intransitive verb? Intransitive verb is a verb that does not require an object. Synonym of arcane. Arcane, esoteric. Etymology of transcend. Transcend comes from the Latin the Latin prefix trans, which means beyond. So transatlantic means you're crossing and going beyond the Atlantic. So trans beyond, and I think it's scandere, to climb. Okay. Okay, that's all. Let's see the stats. 97 is just too high. Um, okay.